India sweep three-match test series against South Africa 3-0. India win third test against South Africa by an innings and 202 runs. India whitewashed South Africa in a test series for the first time in history. Well, that's massive there, and of course, a good news for all the countrymen here. India has swept three-match test series against South Africa 3-0. India has won third test against South Africa by an innings and 202 runs. India whitewashed South Africa in a test series for the first time in history. My colleague Abhijit Bamra joins us over the phone line on more on this. Well, Abhijit, first of all, congratulations to you and to me as well. India has swept the three-match test series against South Africa 3-0. And in fact, by an innings and 202 runs is what we learned. Go ahead and share with us all the details of this spectacular innings.
Absolutely, Neha. Congratulations to the whole countrymen and especially to Team India in particular, because the kind of cricket this team is playing is just extraordinary. It just reminds me of the time when the great West Indies of the 70s and the 80s and Australia in the late 90s and early 2000s would used to dominate Test cricket both at home and overseas. But coming back to the Team India's performance, on day 4 it was just more of a formality because you required only two wickets, and India required only a couple of overs to actually wrap up things, and it just tells you the mindset of the South African team at the moment, Neha, because with South Africa you always associate terms like never say die attitude, fighting spirit, but right through this 3 Test series they have hardly shown any sort of resistance to this superb Team India's bowling attack. I mean, I being as a sports journalist never thought that in India you will actually find fast bowlers dominating the proceedings and spinners will take a backseat. Remember the time in the 90s when Anil Kumble, Harbhajan Singh and later Ashwin and company used to rattle the opposition in India. But now you see, if we can see the bowling scorecard of or the bowling performances of Team Indian bowlers in the series, and like that is you will only find fast bowlers taking up all the wickets. The kind of bowling Mohammad Shami, Umesh Yadav, and remember who's sitting on the bench right now, Neha. It's Jasprit Bumrah, it's Bhuvneshwar Kumar, it's Ishant Sharma. All are world-class bowlers. And the kind of domination Umesh Yadav and Mohammad Shami has shown in this Test series, I mean, it's absolutely, they have been more than just excellent, if I can say that. Talking about South Africa again, well, the top order has been consistently blown away by Indian bowlers. Not for once in the series they had shown any resistance, and their opening pair average in the series is less than 5 runs. Neha, so you could understand the kind of pressure which Team India has applied. Credit needs to be given to Virat Kohli in the sense that he has led the side. The batsmen have performed. Mayank Agarwal, I mean, like 200s, he couldn't have asked for any more. Karnataka lad. Rohit Sharma, the series belongs to him. Over 500 runs in the series. And with 300s, 200s in the first Test match in Vizag, and now a double ton in Ranchi Test match. Clearly man of the match and man of the series for me against South Africa. And India has been ticking all the boxes correctly. You name the change, the player just comes in. I remember Umesh Yadav wasn't even in the squad. It was an unfortunate injury to Jasprit Bumrah, who had suffered a stress fracture, and who comes in? Umesh Yadav. And what does he do? He gets you 12 to 13 wickets in the series at an average of just 10. That tells you a lot about the bowler and about the mindset, that he was working hard on his fitness, he was working on his rhythm, because he's a kind of a bowler who gets you wickets when he's in full rhythm. And right through the series, Umesh Yadav has been just excellent. And if you talk about Indian batting, Virat Kohli getting a double hundred in the second Test match. Mayank Agarwal, as I said, a double hundred in the series already. So your top 3, all the top 3 batsmen getting a double hundred against their names, that just tells you the kind of domination this team has done in the 3 Test series. Ajinkya Rahane getting a very valuable 100 in this Test match. He was under a bit of pressure coming into the series because his record in India is not that great, and that's a surprise to many people. and then you get a couple of 50s from Ravindra Jadeja and wickets, and Ashwin also getting his line and length right in the first test. He's gone down off the radar since then. But overall 3-0, rightfully, Team India winning the series, and not just winning the series, but also remember Virat Kohli saying at the end of the second test match that India would like to be ruthless, and that's what he's trying to instill in Team India's performances. He wants to be ruthless. He wants to win, not just win test matches, but to make out a statement that no matter which team you are, coming to India and beating us in India is just not a possibility, just a record for our viewers. Since Jan 2017 till November 2019, India has lost only one test match at home, and that was against Australia in Pune by an innings and 333 runs. So after getting that hammering, Team India learned their lessons that they cannot take any test match or any opposition lightly, and like I said, right through the series, South Africa has been not just below par, but they have not been able to respond to the pressure, to the constant pressure which was applied to them. Yes, in the first test match, Dean Elgar and Quinton de Kock got 100, but then apart from that, their batting has just fallen apart. And rightfully, I was watching the last day as well. So the last wicket, a full-blooded drive from Lungi and Gedi, and ricocheting of the opposition batsman, and a safe catch to Shahbaz Nadeem. So that just tells you that not just with the performance, but also the luck was also not on their side. But credit needs to be given to Team India, as I said, because they have applied constant pressure, and 3-0 is the perfect line to finish the series. Neha.
Absolutely, Abhijit. Also, let's just talk about South Africa as a team. Of course, they have shown great cricketing skills in the past, but this time they absolutely failed to even put up a show against India. So what do you think did not really work for South Africa?
Neha, for me, one aspect of South African cricket was they were the best touring team to India early. You take out their record in 2000, they were the first team to beat India in India. Then 2004 and 2008 series, they had the likes of Hashim Amla, A.B. de Villiers, Dale Steyn, Morne Morkel. So if you take out these big names, yes, South Africa is in a transition phase at the moment under Faf du Plessis. Faf du Plessis' captaincy also needs to be criticized because he has just looked absolutely clueless right through the series, because 6 innings gives you a measure of the kind of captaincy which an individual does, and right through the series he has looked out of sorts. He doesn't know when to bring on his spinners, doesn't know how to whether to give a short spell or a longer spell to his fast bowlers. The batting lineup has been all over the place. If a captain of your team bats at number 5 or number 6 in a test match, then by then the test match is more or less over, and he's your most premier batsman in the side. One shouldn't forget that Faf du Plessis is a highly talented individual, but as a captain, he has faltered not just tactically, but he has failed to even motivate his team to compete against Team India. Yes, beating Team India in India is a tough job. It's not easy when you have the likes of Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Ashwin, Jadeja, Shamis. But then what Test cricket needs right now is for the opposition teams to at least come and compete. Remember, we all remember the World Cup final and the semi-final because of the way New Zealand competed. They were the dark horses, but yet they competed and made the best out of those semi-finals and finals. Similarly, South Africa can take a cue from New Zealand as to how they can play as a unit. Yes, they have good talented players in the form of Lungi and Gedi, in the form of Kagiso Rabada, Quinton de Kock. They are match winners on their day. But Test cricket. But in order to succeed in Test cricket, I would like to quote MS Dhoni here that you need to win sessions. You cannot win a day on a whole. You need to win sessions by session to win a Test match, and that's exactly what Virat Kohli and his side has been doing consistently. They are winning sessions by sessions. They are bowling the opposition out, and after this 3-0 victory over South Africa, the next team is Bangladesh. I don't see them standing much of a chance, but will they be able to compete against India better than South Africa? That remains to be seen. But as of now, Virat Kohli and his side looks nearly unbeatable at home, Neha.